Good morning and welcome to Kilat Sharei Torah's Halacha Review and Sfirat Omer count for Monday, April 27th. Today is the 18th day of the Omer, Hayom Shmona Asar Yom Shem Shnei Shavuos V'Arba Yamim LaOmer. Speaking about who's obligated and who's exempt from the mitzvah of counting the Omer, which we're in the middle of, Rabbi Mordechai Eliyahu writes that women are exempt from counting the Omer, and there is an opinion in Kabbalah that they shouldn't count the Omer at all, but they do observe all the customs like not cutting hair and not going to simchas and all those things like everybody else. Of course, many are of the opinion that women are allowed and actually count with a baracha. So if you're one of those, please continue as you've been doing. Also, with regard to children, one should certainly educate children to count the Omer, and they should make a baracha when they're counting. If they forgot to count one day, you teach them to count, continuing all the other days until Shavuot without the baracha. What about somebody who becomes bar mitzvah? So in other words, in the middle of the Omer, at the beginning of the Omer, he wasn't obligated because he wasn't bar mitzvah yet, and at some point during the Omer was his 13th birthday, and he becomes obligated now. So he writes, a boy who became bar mitzvah during the Omer and he counted correctly each night before his bar mitzvah can continue to count with a blessing now that he's bar mitzvah. Even though we say you have to have counted every night you have to have counted correctly every night. And this person, when he was 12 years old, he wasn't obligated to mitzvah. So what kind of counting was that? The whole conversation about it in halacha. Kaf HaChaim discusses it as a source that he brings, but nevertheless we say that that person can continue and can continue making the bracha. We do count it as complete. So for the 18th day of the counting the Omer, week 3, day 4, if you look if you look in the Siddur on page 286 in the Sfira column there, it says Netzach of Tiferet, which is endurance in compassion. So Rabbi Jacobson, in his spiritual guide to counting the Omer, which we've been looking at, asks these questions, or encourages us to ask these questions of ourselves. Is my compassion enduring and consistent? We're talking about endurance, the aspect of endurance within compassion. So the questions, is my compassion enduring and consistent? Is it reliable or whimsical? Does it prevail among other forces in my life? Do I have the capacity to be compassionate even when I'm busy with other activities or only when it's comfortable for me? Am I ready to stand up and fight on someone else's behalf? So exercise for the day. In the middle of your busy day, take a moment to call someone who needs a compassionate word. Defend someone who is in need of sympathy, even if it's not a popular position. I think we can all continue to do that. Those who've been doing it should continue and increase, and those who didn't get a chance yet should definitely pick up the phone or reach out to somebody via email or whatever platform you use to be in touch with people. Let them know you're thinking of them. Have a good day.